hard riding. Straight shooting. And suspense.
Brave Rider, away! Say, looks like you're headed towards the trading post. So am I.
Brave Rider is happy to see you, Tagg. Her name, Little Rider. She my sister.
Hello, Little Rider. Say, can't she talk yet?
She go to Indian school 2 years. But you are first boy she see who is not Navajo. Is she afraid to speak English?
Afraid? Gosh, there's nothing to be afraid of. When I say hello, all you have to do is say, hello, Tagg.
And how is your sister, Tagg?
Fine. It's her birthday tomorrow. That's why I'm headed towards the trading post. Think I'm gonna give her a Navajo bracelet. Might have cost about $3.60.
Trading post, they charge too much. From Brave Rider, bracelet costs nothing.
Gosh, you mean it's for free?
And this gift of tribe to Annie Oakley. This token of how we feel in our hearts.
You mean that's free too?
A Navajo does not put price on how he feels in his heart.
You mean that's a present from her to Annie?
No, this for Tagg. My sister wants you to have it. She made blanket herself.
Gosh. Well, I better be getting home with this stuff. So long, Little Rider.
Say, goodbye, Tagg.
Hello, Tagg. Gosh, she sure gets her words mixed up, doesn't she? Well, anyhow, thanks a lot. I'll be seeing you.
Jacques, get down. Get his pack horse. What do you think you're doing?
Little Rider, go! You men are not Navajo. Navajo never rides saddle. You are white men who pretend to be Navajo. And I am not first Navajo you have robbed.
But you won't live to tell about it.
Why risk a murder charge? There's an easier way.
What if he goes back to the reservation?
He won't go back. When a warrior loses his long hair, he loses face with his tribe. This one would rather be dead than to have his people see him with his hair cut short. Hold still, Injun. I ain't gonna scalp you. I'm just gonna give you a haircut.
He said hold still. What about the little Indian kid? If she goes back home, she can talk, can't she?
Ah, who's gonna believe an Injun kid?
Navajo wishes to live in peace with white man. But white man has lost faith with own people. White man steals from Navajo many, many times in the last moon. White man has pretended to be Navajo, put blanket on saddle, and steal from Navajo. Time has come for Navajo to gather in council of war. My own son has been robbed by white men who pretend to be Navajo. Let the smoke now call our braves to war council.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Tagg. Hey, what have you got in that bundle, young man? If you want me to iron another pair of Levi's for you today, the answer is no.
Oh, it's just an old horse blanket. I met Brave Rider today. He gave it to me. Say, where's Lofty?
Oh, he's out in the corral. He bought himself a new horse this morning. You know, the way that he's spoiling that stallion, you'd think he was the only horse this side of the Mississippi.
Gosh, Lofty's got a new horse, huh?
Mm-hmm. Why don't you go on out and see for yourself?
I'd like to. Say, he's a beauty.
He sure is, isn't he? Last summer, he won 2 blue ribbons at the Chicago Fair. Just look at that mane and that tail.
Too long. If it's my horse, I'd roach that mane.
You cut this mane?
Yeah.
How do you think Black Midnight won his blue ribbons? He had the best-looking mane and tail at the Chicago Fair.
Lofty, look.
Navajo smoke.
Gosh, we better ride up to the Indian Agency and find out what it's all about.
You won't be riding up there.
I just checked the horses outside, Mr. Hayden. And what I told you was true. These men must have stolen the work of my family.
Let me handle this, Gorman. Whoever cut this Indian's hair didn't cut it short enough. I'm gonna trim it right down to the scalp.
Before he wrecks the whole trading post. I'll cover the back.
What's going on around here?
These men tried to rob me of the things on the counter. Then they came here to sell the work of the Navajo to Mr. Hayden.
This Injun's a crazy liar, ma'am. Tell her, Mr. Hayden, that we're regular customers of yours.
I assure you that's right, Miss Oakley. These men came in here to buy, not to sell. I've known them for almost a year now. And believe me, they're both good customers of mine.
But who traded you this work of the Navajo?
A couple of Indians brought the merchandise in a little while ago.
And these are the same, too. When they robbed me, they wore different clothes. They pretend to be Navajo.
What's this Injun talking about?
It is true.
Are you sure the 2 Indians that traded you this merchandise were really Indians?
Please, Miss Oakley. My job as agent here requires that I know an Indian when I see one.
Might be some truth to what Brave Ryder says. Lately, we've been hearing complaints of Indians who claim they were robbed by Indians.
But there's no proof that the victims were robbed by white men posing as Indians.
And there's one way we might be able to find out. You see, the work of each Navajo family is quite different from every other Navajo family, so we might be able to trace it.
What are you getting at?
Well, I'd like to take samples of your merchandise here back to the reservation and ask the Indians if they traded it themselves or if it was stolen from them.
Well, that's a good idea, Miss Oakley. Except that this is no time for any of us to be entering that reservation. The sky is full of smoke.
Yes, I know. And the smoke calls for a council of war. And if we don't act soon, the smoke may call for an Indian uprising, an all-out war.
And for that reason, I can't allow anyone to ride into the reservation. Not even you or the deputy.
But if there's been a violation of the law...
If there is a violation, then it concerns the authorized agent appointed by the Department of Indian Affairs. Your job is the county of Diablo. My job is here on this reservation.
He's got us there, Annie.
But these men did rob me. Their horses are outside. The same horses.
Let's take a look at those horses.
Let's go.
There is my pack pony with empty packs. And the lead rope is still tied to the saddle horn of a horse owned by these men.
I know there's no actual proof yet, but I still think there's evidence enough that warrants holding on to these 2 men.
Now, maybe that's the way you'd handle it in Diablo, Miss Oakley. But this is the Indian reservation. It's not the way I intend to handle it here.
Just how do you intend to handle it?
Well, in the first place, this Navajo is under arrest. And I intend to lock him up right here in my own jail.
On what charge?
For attacking 2 white men in the trading post. I was a witness to that myself.
I swear by the honor of my tribe that I did not attack these men. They attacked me first on the trail.
He swears by the honor of his people. He has no honor. Another thing, he hasn't even any hair.
If I must be placed in cell for bad Indians, I will forever lose honor with my people. If I must be placed in jail, I choose your jail in Diablo.
You've got no choice, Navajo. You're on a federal reservation.
I can't help you now, Brave Rider, and I wouldn't if I could.
Why won't you help him, Annie?
Because I just realized that our good friend Brave Rider is nothing but a horse thief. Where'd you get the horse you're riding out there?
From my father. We raised him from a colt.
That's not true. That horse was stolen from the Diablo stables. You can lock this Indian up, Mr. Hayden, on any charge you like. And if you'd like a second charge, come out to the gate with me and let this Navajo try and explain why the horse he's been riding bears the brand of the Diablo stables.
Annie, I can't believe that. Why would Brave Rider here steal a horse?
There's no excuse for bad Indian.
You've got Brave Rider all wrong, Annie. There's no brand on this paint.
Lofty, this Indian's under arrest. You can take the handcuffs from Mr. Hayden.
Now, this man's my prisoner.
Not now, Mr. Hayden. He was your prisoner when he was standing on the other side of that fence. But right now, he's standing in the county of Diablo. So we'll take over from here.
I would advise you to draw that gun, Mr. Hayden.
You people can't get away with this. You're local people.
And you're standing on the wrong side of the fence. So you'd better get back inside, Mr. Hayden. And take your handcuffs with you.
She won't hold him. She'll scoot him right home to the reservation. I'll have to show my books. Where does that leave us?
That Navajo won't go home. He can't. Why do you think we cut his hair?
Now, don't sell that little blonde short. Remember, she already tricked us out of a prisoner. And if she can trick that Indian into going home, we're in real trouble. I am especially. I'll have a lot of explaining to do. Where did I buy my Navajo merchandise? And where did I pay for it? Out of government money. And what Navajo families did I buy the stuff from?
We can't help you there, Mr. Hayden.
I know. You two only have to account to me, but I'm a government agent. I have to account to Washington.
So, how do we stop it?
Go to Diablo. Get that Injun out of his jail cell.
Oh, shut up. How do you want us to handle it?
Keep Annie Oakley out of the reservation for a few days. Start an Indian war if you have to. Hey, look at this.
That's more powwow smoke than I've seen in years.
Now, that's not council smoke. That's war smoke. Well, Annie Oakley said herself it might change, and she sure was right. Boys, we couldn't have a better break.
How's it a break?
Well, with war smoke in the sky, why, we'll have the cavalry on the way. They'll patrol the borders of this whole reservation. They won't let anybody in, and they won't let anybody out. You get it now?
Yeah. They won't let Annie Oakley in there with that engine.
It means something else, too. The Indians don't know it yet, but they're going to sneak in here and burn this post to the ground. And when they burn the post up, they'll also burn my books and records. You get it?
Sam, we got a little smoking to do. Navajo style.
Need a match?
Really want a blue ribbon on account of his long mane and tail?
Why not? The horse looks better than any other horse at the Chicago Fair. Why shouldn't he win ribbons? You know, I've never seen a finer mane in my life.
Hey, wasn't that a bugle?
That's a bugle, all right. There's the reason for it. It's war smoke. Tell Annie. I'll be right in.
All right.
Warriors will be gathering all night. And by dawn, we'll see boundary clashes with the cavalry. A lot of Indians and a lot of troopers shooting each other.
But how do we stop it, Annie?
I've been talking to Brave Rider, Lofty, and there's no doubt that those men robbed him. Other Navajos have been robbed, too. And, you know, I have an idea that Henry Hayden gets his merchandise free, sells it, and then makes entries in his book to show that he used government money for the merchandise. Actually, he pockets the money himself.
If we could prove that.
But how, huh? Well, I had one idea, and that was to take some of the merchandise from Hayden's store back to the reservation, find out which of the Navajos made it, and if they traded it themselves or if it was stolen from them.
You'd have to get samples for that, Annie. You already asked Hayden, he turned you down. He's probably getting rid of everything in the place by now.
Hey, I got an idea.
Tagg, where did you get these things?
From Brave Rider and his little sister. I wasn't going to show them to you till tomorrow. They're for your birthday.
Thanks, Tagg. And thank you, Brave Rider.
It's a perfect sample of the work done by Brave Rider's family.
Lofty, I'm going to take these things out to the reservation and try and see Chief Grjngo. I'm going to tell him exactly what happened to his son, Brave Rider, and that his war is against the bad white people and shouldn't be against all of them.
The Army will have those boundaries covered within an hour. We'd better hurry, Annie.
No, wait a minute. I'd better hurry. You know, I'm afraid the Navajos might misunderstand if they saw Deputy riding along with me, so I'd better ride alone. But with Brave Rider.
I can never return. I have lost honor with my people.
Brave Rider, we've got to stop a war between your people and my people. And if you want to regain your honor, now's your chance. Remember one thing. Your people need you much more than they need your pride. Shall we go?
I will go.
Good. Tagg, Lofty, help me saddle up.
Halt! Who goes there?
Annie Oakley, Diablo County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant, I've got to get inside that reservation to see the chief. I'm trying to stop an Indian war.
So are we. But all boundaries to the reservation have been closed. Order Major Benson, 7th Cavalry.
Oh, please.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Is he a Navajo?
Yes?
Do you tell him he's got just 3 seconds to get back on the reservation? I'm sorry, I'll have to ask you to stay out, ma'am.
Go back to your people and do the best you can.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Not that I think that you try to smuggle any arms or ammunition to the Indians. Go home, Navajo.
Sergeant, you sure are a stubborn man.
Well, I guess it's just my job that makes me so stubborn.
You know, sometimes my job makes me a little bit stubborn, too. Well, how do I look, Tagg?
I think you need a little dark powder behind your ears.
Don't be silly. Who's going to be looking behind my ears?
What are you dressed up for? A midnight masquerade?
Well, for your information, Lofty Craig, I'm dressed up for a dawn ride into the reservation. The sergeant wouldn't pass me before, but I bet he'll pass me now. You know, if a white man can disguise himself as an Indian, why can't a white woman? I got the idea from Mr. Hayden.
It's a good idea, but since when do Navajo women have blonde hair?
I won't have blonde hair. Just watch. See?
Where'd you get that wig? It looks like horsehair. It even feels like horsehair.
Lofty, I hope you won't be mad. It really doesn't hurt the horse one bit. And, you know, lots of horses have their manes roached and their tails bobbed. Now, you take the running horses of Kentucky, you know, they're famous.
Oh, wait a minute. Annie, you didn't. Oh, no.
Lofty, it's for a good cause.
I don't believe it.
There. Howdy, Sergeant. Indians should be back on the reservation. Carter and Diablo. The Navajo?
Yeah, just some old squaw.
Well, that's a sample of an old Indian squaw. I sure would like to see one of their maidens. Go home, Navajo.
Sounds like somebody's in a hurry.
Yeah. You and the kid better head back for Diablo. We might have an Indian war here any second.
I'd like permission to proceed along this road to the trading post.
All right. Be sure you stay outside the reservation fence. Proceed.
Told me to keep an eye on Annie Oakley. I did, and we've got trouble. She got dressed up as a Navajo and bluffed herself past a sentry.
Well, where would she be now?
My guess says she's riding into the reservation about this time.
Hey, you gotta stop her before she gets to the chief, and I don't care how you do it. I'll be with you myself as soon as I can burn this place down and get going.
Tagg, fish everything out of that stove. I've heard lots of ways of keeping books and figures, but this is a new one. I don't think it'll get very popular. I'm sorry I can't lock you up in Diablo, Mr. Hayden. Like you say, I am out of bounds here. So I'll lock you in your jail for bad Indians. Tagg, ride down and bring back that army sergeant. This is a federal case.
Your son, brave rider, comes here in dishonor, without hair. To ask that you not blame all white men for the wrongs of a few.
My ears do not listen. Our tribe has been wronged.
Annie Oakley comes alone to see you, the chief of our people.
I'll keep her pinned down. You circle around back.
You allow such a brave young lady to die under the guns of the same two men who have fought our own people?
Everything's all right, Lofty.
Hello, little rider. Can't you say hello, Tagg? Won't you even try?
Yes, I will say it. Goodbye, Tagg. Goodbye, Tagg.
Gosh, Annie, this kid's all mixed up. When she says hello, she means goodbye. When she says goodbye, she means hello.
Goodbye, Tagg.